Okay, so this example right over here is just going to be a quick review / mini lesson on synthetic division. Here is our example. We're dividing a cubic polynomial of 4 terms, x³ plus 6x² minus 5x minus 4 by x+3. We're allowed to do synthetic only when the thing you're dividing by is a linear binomial. Leading coefficient is 1, power is 1, plus minus a number. So if that was a 2x plus 3, not allowed. If that was x² in the divisor, not allowed. All right. Now that we know we're allowed to do synthetic, we check that this is in standard form, and we check if we need placeholders. They're very sneaky. So you go to your biggest power, count down, and make sure everyone is accounted for. 3, 2, 1, none. We're good. If we didn't have an x², we would make it 0x². Next, take the divisor, or the thing we're dividing by, set it equal to 0, solve for x. Subtract 3 from both sides, so x equals -3. -3 is going to go in the top left corner here in a little box. Then across the same horizontal line over here, we're going to put the coefficients of all of these terms. 1, +1, 6, -5, and -4. Then you leave a line of space and redraw a little line. Bring down the first number, no matter what it is. If it's a 12, you bring down a 12. If it's a -3, you bring down a -3. Not the box number, but the first coefficient, okay? Bottom times box, add them straight down. 6 plus -3 is 3. Bottom times box, -9, add them straight down. They're both negative, so you just add like normal and then make it negative. 5 and 9, 14, -14. Bottom times box, 14 times 3, 42. Negative and a negative is negative, so I'm sorry, negative, positive. So it's +42. And this is essentially, we're adding them. So 42 minus 4, if I just turn it around. And 42 minus 4 is 38. The last number, however, we box that off as well. That is our remainder. If a question asks you, what is your remainder? This is one way we could do it. We could write the remainder in 38. That's the remainder. The quotient with the remainder, the whole answer to the question, the division problem, what you would do is you take whatever power your problem started as, third power, and we divided it by first power. So we start with the second power and count down. So 1x to the second plus 3x minus 14 plus the remainder of 38 over whatever we were dividing by, which is an x plus 3 right over there. That would be your quotient. You don't need the 1 out front, but you could write it. And lastly, one bonus piece of this, the other way to figure out what your remainder will be or check your work is you take this number right here in the box, -3, not +3. You take that number, -3, we fill it in for x. -3 cubed plus 6 times -3 squared minus 5 times -3 minus 4. We evaluate, that's -27. This is 9 positive times 6, so it's plus 54, which this actually equals positive 27. So I'm just combining as I go. Negative times a negative, we got plus 15 and minus 4. Positive 15 take away 4 is positive 11. 27 plus 11 is 38. So what we use right here is something called the remainder theorem. And it's sort of a two-way street in the sense that if we plug in the number, we can get the remainder. And if we get the remainder, we know what we would get if we plugged in that number. So whatever one's easier could help you with the other. You always try to do the easier thing. But this is us using some remainder theorem to either check our work or we check our work here with synthetic division and looking at the remainder, whatever. Sorry, it was a little fast, but that was a little bit of an example on synthetic division and reference to remainder theorem, how to write your quotient, how to write your remainder, how to set it all up. If you understand and you get it and you're good, put a thumbs up on it. If you don't, put a thumbs down on it, and we will continue addressing any concerns. Okay? Hope this helps.